What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing you a video today from Hype City, because I've just found out some amazing news that Blizzard planning to do some certain things on their anniversary, which is going to be, I think, in a few weeks here. Basically, they've announced that they're going to be doing. I mean, I'm hyped for this. I hope this is a thing that stays, but it's pretty much guaranteed that it's not. And they've mentioned that there's no plans on actually keeping it in the game. I hope once they've actually seen it in play, and that maybe they'll grow to like it or something and keep it in the game. That's what I'm hoping for. But what they've basically decided is, for their 14th anniversary, they will be releasing a new battleground called Tauren versus Southshore. Now, if you guys have been on the internet, or if you guys check a couple of gaming websites like I do pretty frequently, you would have seen the map for this, and a lot of people thought it might be a new battleground for MoP, or it might be something like that. Turns out, it's not for MoP, it's for their anniversary. Now, what this BG will be is a deathmatch setup where you 1v, I think it's 100 v 100? I think is what they said, 100 v 100. In a map that's basically Tauren versus Southshore, and it's a deathmatch scenario. So basically all that means is whoever gets the most kills. On top of that, they're trying to reintroduce to that specific battleground that the old kind of ranking systems go in. So if you're unaware of how the old ranking systems work, it's basically you're worth more honor if you're a higher rank. So this basically how that works is, say you, for instance, I'm in there on Pypo, and of course if I'm in there on Pypo, I'm fucking raping some house. So naturally I'm gonna have, say, maybe a 20 to 0 KD ratio. So say something like that. So I'm going absolutely ham. It's 100 v 100, shit's going down, people are dying. And when I have 100 v 100 and I've just hit that 20k, maybe I'll become like a knight lieutenant, or I'll become some like super hype rank. And when I hit that rank, all of a sudden, if I get killed, I'm now worth so much more honor points and so much more like KBs on the scoreboard. That's basically what happens with that. So it's a good way to basically counteract like farming and killing in a deathmatch scenario. It basically means if you have like a couple of people go in and say, like, you can make a 5-man group and go in. Say 5 specific people are in there wrecking house and they get like 1 billion kills. If you get 1 kill against them after they got those kills, it kind of gets you back in foot. Not as much as obviously getting the kills to begin with, but it's a good way to counteract, you know, farming in that battleground. Which doesn't look like it'll be a problem, because naturally it doesn't look like it'll be staying in for that long. Unfortunately, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for that, guys. To Southshore versus Tauren was something that I grew up on WoW. Like, I played the shit out of Southshore versus Tauren. I would be there when there was nothing even going on. I'd just be standing there waiting for shit to happen. And not on a max character either. That was one of the best things about Southshore versus Tauren. You're there at any level and find PvP. There was just shit all the time. All the time going on non-stop. You would rock up and just be like, I wonder if there'll be any people here. Yes, there is. Guaranteed every time. Back when there used to be like a human quest zone on the outskirts as well, there's always people questing there. So if you're lower level, you can go and like disperse them while they're questing. And no one really got mad about it. Back then, that was just the way it worked. It was just World PvP. That's what it was called, World PvP. You're on a PvP server, this is what fucking happens. And a rogue just got that in front of my fucking face. I can't believe it. So naturally, back then, that's how it worked. On PvP servers these days, if you go and PvP someone while they're questing, they get butthurt. They get really mad. They do not like it. I understand if you're getting ganked by a 90 and you're a level 20 or some shit, fair enough. Like, the dude's getting nothing out of it. But if you're a green level to a red level, red means dead. That's the old saying for Horde World PvP is red means dead. If I see your fucking name and it's red, I'm shooting you in the face. That's the way it works. And I miss that shit, man. I miss that shit a lot. I had so much fun. I had so much fun with Tauren. Looking forward to it. Hopefully they keep it in the game. Does not look like they will, but I'm hoping for it. Another thing they're doing, guys. Another thing that I'm actually hyped for, because I never got to experience this because I had a shitty PC. I had a horrible PC back when in vanilla. They're bringing a newer version of Molten Core. When I say newer version, they're just upping all the stats. I'm guessing they're upping all the stats. They're not going to change any of the bosses. The mechanics will be the same. They're going to up it to a level 90 level, and it's going to remain a 40-man. Which means you're going to be able to 40-man a fucking raid. Which, to me, I'm so glad they're doing it. Even though I played vanilla, I never got to experience this, because my computer was so shit. I got into a 40-man like once or twice and looked at a wall for 7 hours. Like, that's pretty much what I did in that raid. There was nothing going on for me. It was just me looking at a wall like a fucking idiot. I mean, there's 3 people on me here, so I'm just gonna flying cow the fuck out of there. Gonna turn around immediately though, because there's no point in me running all the way away. And I'll put down a blind shot right there, pop some CDs, and hope this guy does not pop karma. We're actually gonna pop a feign death right there to stop him from popping karma on me. So he looks at someone else, as you see there, and he pops karma. So I'm gonna stop DPS. I'm gonna switch to the other monk that's rolling away. I think that guy does not even care. That wall's just fucking whatever. I'm gonna DPS in a karma. I don't care. You should just keep doing it, Pypo. Who gives a shit? So I'm really looking forward to Molten Core. almost as much as I'm looking forward to Southshore versus Tauren. I'm really happy that they're doing this. Something Blizzard have like stopped doing recently for some reason is like in-game events. If you guys were around for the launch of Wrath and stuff like that, or before BC in vanilla, there used to be some stuff that basically, I think it was game masters, GMs that no longer were in game. They used to do certain things like summon a boss here outside Orgrimmar, or there'd be like a raid of zombies and Shatwrath and all this cool shit that would just be happening. And I miss it. And this isn't that, but it's still like a step up from nothing. You know what I mean? They're doing absolutely nothing. I like the idea of them bringing in like seasonal things. But I can't help but think, like, you guys can't even get out Blood Elf models for Warlords. Like, should you not be, like, trying to get those out instead of making new stuff that you have no intentions of keeping? Like, it's just for the anniversary? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're doing it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. But, at the same time, you should probably have your assets elsewhere if you can't even get Blood Elf models out on, like, the release of your expansion. Like, I don't know, maybe it's a different, like, department of the company, and it doesn't actually take any more manpower away from the art department that are working on the Blood Elves or something. I'm not too sure how it works. I'm not a fucking game developer. So hopefully they're not taking any people away from the Blood Elves and stuff like that to make these things. So yeah, I'm super hyped, guys. I'm super hyped. Another thing to mention, obviously, is there will be a pet. There's always a pet associated with a anniversary these days. I think it's just if you log in. You don't really do anything. Another thing to mention is if you actually complete the 40-man raid, which by the way will be on Raid Finder. It's not a thing like you're gonna have to fucking, you're not gonna have to find 40 people, because these days without trade chat and without like actually looking for like group and trade, and like it used to be /4 for me, looking for group, and people would be in group looking for a 40-man raid for ages. Without that, these days it'd be hard to find a 40-man group unless you're in a big guild. So of course they're adding it to Raid Finder, and Raid Finder you just be able to queue up and get in, put into a group, and it should be a lot of fun. And if you complete it, you get a mount. If you actually kill Ragnaros in that 40-man raid, you will get a Molten Core mount. I think it's a, what are they called? The giant fucking Molten Hound things? The Core Hound? Core Hounds? Core Hounds. I think they're called Core Hounds. So you get a Core Hound mount, I think, and it's, I mean, I know you definitely get a mount. I'm worried about the specifics of what mount it is. So, of course, Core Hound mount, that's fucking badass. I mean, who doesn't want to ride a Core Hound around? A little too worried about burning, like, my dick off or something, because that's surely something could happen if you're riding a Core. I mean, he's made out of fire, for fuck's sake. That's just not a good news. Not a good news bears. And I'm just going to disengage from this guy, put a blind shot right there. Blind shot does not work because he has cloak up, Pypo, you fucking scrub nub. Gonna pop it a turns real quick. He's got me a nice stun lock. Rogues just never scare me though. I don't know what it is about Rogue. Even though I'm like a no health, I know as soon as I got out of that stun, I'm like, it's just 1v1, no problem. 13-0 with the BM, guys. Hope you guys are looking for this as much as I am, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys. Oh, damn,
Pypo, don't do it! Come to your senses, Pypo, now! Ah!
Bless them!